I'm debating these sons of bitches. I'm out there on these right-wing shows, so I'm not scared to do that. Where the hell is the Democratic Party? Where's our equivalent of Turning Point USA?
Talking some shit on Twitter.
I know, it's like, you think that's going to work? Like, that's so stupid. Like, this is such a bad look.
Yeah.
It's a bad choice.
There's a little desperation in it.
But it's just stupid.
The clash between Joe Rogan and California Governor Gavin Newsom is heating up fast. Ever since Rogan left California, he's made it clear he blames Newsom for destroying what was once the Golden State. You'd think distance would calm things down, but it's done the opposite. Rogan just fired his harshest shot yet, and Newsom hit back just as hard. Buckle up, this one's personal.
Well, you start with Joe Rogan's. I'm going to start cursing.
Wants to be president so bad.
It's an unusual feud, a state governor versus the world's biggest podcaster. Gavin Newsom, who now hosts his own political podcast, has publicly invited Joe Rogan to appear on it multiple times, even suggesting they do a joint episode or live debate. But Rogan hasn't budged.
Joe, why won't you have me on the show? He won't have me on the show. It's a one-way. And he has guests coming and attacking and bashing, but he will not have me on the show, period. Full stop. He should have me on the show. Come on my show, Joe.
For years, Newsom has chased that moment, offering open invitations, daring Rogan to sit across from him and hash it out on air. But Rogan's kept his distance. Maybe it's strategy. Maybe he just doesn't want to give Newsom the attention. Whatever the reason, fans know that if the two ever face off, it'll break the internet. Two massive personalities, one stage, and no filters.
But Rogan doesn't seem impressed by a potential Newsom presidential run in 2028.
You can't ruin a city and then go on to ruin a state and say, guys, that was just practice.
I know.
Once I get it as a president, I'm going to fix it. Fix it all.
I mean, it's so crazy, but he's such a great politician. I mean,
No,
he's
he's
so
not.
smooth.
He's
Oh, you
not,
don't think
though.
so?
No, I think he's terrible.
Rogan attacking Newsom's job performance in California.
You have the highest unemployment.
Yeah.
You have the highest homelessness.
Look at it with Hollywood.
Money's missing. You killed Hollywood.
I
Like,
know.
Hollywood doesn't exist anymore. It's literally gone. It was all that shit before you were there. It was all that forever. It's because the weather's perfect,
Yeah.
man. It has nothing to do with you.
To many who remember the old California, Rogan's frustration makes sense. Before Newsom, the state was booming, Hollywood thriving, Silicon Valley unstoppable, and the coastlines clean. It was the land of dreams. But Rogan says that version of California is gone. In his words, Newsom turned it into a dystopian wasteland, filled with crime, homelessness, and collapsing infrastructure. The California dream, Rogan argues, became a warning sign of what bad leadership looks like.
I'm not afraid to go. I'm punching Joe Rogan, okay? I'm not used to that. And he's going to dismiss it. He's going to laugh it off. I mean, tough guy, all that. But he's going to have me on.
When Newsom realized Rogan wasn't taking the bait, no interviews, no debates, no podcasts, he switched tactics. He started mocking Rogan publicly, dropping subtle jabs during press conferences and letting his staff flood social media with memes and insults. The goal was to provoke a reaction. But Rogan didn't bite. He stayed silent, knowing that ignoring the noise hits harder than responding. To him, it was just another politician chasing clout.
Is this a way that Republicans are just using illegal immigrants to deflect the conversation?
And the answer
is yes.
No, it is
it's yes.
not. You
Because
refuse to look at the facts.
illegal immigrants are not the reason why our healthcare system is broken.
Yeah, it's not deflection at all. In fact, I brought receipts. So here's the CMS, the Center for Medicaid and Medicare Services, right here with their press release earlier this year saying they were having to increase their oversight on states like California who were abusing Medicaid and classifying it as an EUSA, an emergency system, when it wasn't. You've got the average state spends 5% of its Medicaid roughly on emergency services. California, 35 to 40%. Why would that be? Because California passed a state law that says we will fund Medicaid for illegals.
Newsom has funneled billions into California's Medicaid system, largely because of his sanctuaries.
A major flashpoint in Rogan's criticism is Newsom's immigration and Medicaid policies. By declaring California a sanctuary state, Newsom opened the door to thousands seeking safety, a move praised as compassionate by some, but reckless by others. Rogan argues it's drained the state's resources. Hospitals are overcrowded, budgets stretched thin, and taxpayers left footing the bill. What began as empathy, he says, has spiraled into economic chaos.
He's talking some shit on Twitter.
I know, it's like, you think that's going to work? Like, that's so stupid. Like, this is such a bad look. It's such a bad choice.
There's a little desperation in it.
But it's just stupid. It's like, this is a bad strategy. Like, I probably would have had him on.
Yeah.
But now I'm like, nah, what are you doing?
There is a fun version where you just do it and cook them,
It's no wonder Rogan wants nothing to do with him. Newsom's relentless taunts online, thinly veiled as humor, come off as desperate attempts to score attention. Every few weeks, another jab, another headline, another tweet. But Rogan built his career on authenticity, not theatrics. He's not playing the game, and trolling him on social media, that's the fastest way to make sure he never shows up on your show.
Governor Newsom has repeatedly said that Democrats need to do a much better job attracting men, especially young men who are often drawn to podcasts. And Aaron, nobody does that better than Joe Rogan. His interview with then candidate Trump last year got 60 million views on YouTube alone.
But here's the real reason Newsom wants that seat across from Joe Rogan: reach. Rogan's audience is massive, young, and politically unpredictable. Millions of listeners who've grown disillusioned with modern politics, especially the Democratic Party. Newsom knows that one appearance could rebrand him nationally, boost his credibility, and reconnect with voters his party's lost. Because let's be honest, his ambitions go way beyond Sacramento. He's eyeing the White House, and there's no bigger platform to test that image than the Joe Rogan experience.
This is not, it was never on my bingo card. I didn't grow up saying, one day I'll be this person. It's not a photo on the wall of me
There are
meeting
people
someone.
that think that
I know
you
that.
were that way back in the day.
I think well, that's a whole deeper conversation of perception versus reality. And I have a lot of work to do on that. And I'm going to be doing a little more of that with this book. And now it sounds like, oh, here, he's got a book. Of course he's running. Yeah. But truly, I've got a book that I'm putting out next year, early next year, that I've been working on for 4 or 5 years, because I can't take the perception of me versus the reality of what I experienced growing up and in my own childhood and my own experiences. So I'm trying to shape-shift that.
But California itself tells a different story. The state once called golden is now struggling. Crime up, homelessness rampant, businesses leaving in droves, red tape everywhere. Residents are fleeing, not arriving. Rogan doesn't need to debate Newsom to make his point. The results speak for themselves. Under Newsom's watch, the California dream hasn't just dimmed, it's disappeared. And unless something changes soon, even the sunshine won't be enough to hide the cracks.
Misconception about you.
I just think this notion, I don't know where, I know where it comes from, but I think this notion of the silver spoon, I was born into great wealth and privilege, and it's quite the contrary. And I'm not trying to, it's not a racial algebra story. I'm not trying to over romanticize a contra narrative, but it's remarkable how that perception has dominated so much of the conversation that even my friends have about me. They don't know much about me. And so just for the record, setting it straight for my kids and grandkids, I'm going to be pushing